My sister always got what she wanted. Now she wants my husband and my parents. Think it's okay. Post 1. Let me start by saying this is the last thing I ever expected to deal with my husband, 30 million. And I, 28 million, have been married for 2 years and together for 6. He's the most loyal, loving person I've ever known. Enter my sister, Emily, 25F. Growing up, Emily was always the golden child. She got whatever she wanted, whether it was extra attention from our parents, the latest gadgets, or even getting her way in arguments. I thought things would even out as we got older, but now I'm realizing that Emily still expects everything to revolve around her. And now, that includes my husband. At first, her behavior was subtle. She'd laugh too hard at his jokes or find excuses to sit next to him at family gatherings. I brushed it off, thinking I was imagining things. Then she started texting him about random topics, like asking for advice on her job or workout tips. My husband showed me the texts because he thought it was odd, but didn't want to ignore her and seem rude. It escalated quickly. She started inviting him to things without me, like gym classes or to help her move furniture. Thankfully, my husband always declined or made sure I knew about it. The final straw came last weekend during a family barbecue. Emily was all over him, finding excuses to touch his arm or lean in close while talking. Then, in front of everyone, she jokingly said, "If you ever get tired of my name, you know where to find me." Everyone awkwardly laughed, but I was livid. When I confronted her later, she rolled her eyes and said, "You're overreacting. I'm just being friendly." When I told my parents, they brushed it off. My mom said, "You're being dramatic. Emily's just playful. Don't ruin the family dynamic over this." It's like they're still enabling her to do whatever she wants. I feel like I'm losing my mind. What do I do? Aida? Update 1. Thanks to everyone who commented. Your advice gave me the courage to set boundaries. I had serious conversations with both my husband and Emily. My husband reassured me he has zero interest in her and agreed to stop responding to her texts altogether. He even blocked her on social media to avoid further issues. When I confronted Emily, I stayed calm but firm. I told her that her behavior toward my husband was inappropriate and made both of us uncomfortable. She smirked and said, "Wow, I didn't realize you were so insecure." I explained it wasn't about insecurity, but respecting boundaries. She stormed off, and now my parents are pressuring me to apologize to her. They keep saying, "Emily's just being Emily," as if that excuses everything. Update 2. Emily's silence didn't last long. A few days later, she showed up at my house unannounced. My husband wasn't home, so it was just me. She cried, saying I'd attacked her and insisted she'd never try to steal my husband. She claimed she just wanted to build a friendship with him because he's easy to talk to. When I brought up specific examples of her behavior, she brushed them off, saying, "You're taking it the wrong way." Eventually, I asked her to leave because the conversation wasn't going anywhere. Then came the bombshell. A week later, Emily showed up at our house again, this time when my husband was home alone. He thought she wanted to make amends, but instead she tried to kiss him. My husband immediately pushed her away and told her to leave. He called me right after to tell me what happened, and I was furious and heartbroken. When I confronted my parents about it, they downplayed the incident. My mom said, "She probably didn't mean it that way," and, "You know how Emily is." I couldn't believe their reaction. It felt like they were more concerned about protecting Emily than acknowledging how serious her actions were. My husband and I decided to cut contact with Emily for the time being. He blocked her number, and we've started skipping family events to avoid her. Final update. Things have gone completely off the rails. Emily is now spreading lies to extended family, claiming I'm jealous of her and trying to isolate her from everyone. My aunt even called to say she heard I accused Emily of trying to seduce my husband, which Emily has twisted into her own victim narrative. My parents continue to side with Emily. My mom called me ridiculous and said, "Emily's your sister. You need to fix this before it ruins the family." I told her that Emily's actions, not mine, caused this rift. My dad admitted Emily's behavior was a little much, but said he didn't want to take sides. Through all of this, my husband has been my rock. He reminds me that we're a team, and our marriage comes first. Finally, Emily sent me a long text apologizing for any misunderstandings. It wasn't the heartfelt apology I hoped for, but it's a start. I told her I accept her apology but need time and space to rebuild trust.